Hi everyone! In this video, we'll be doing a tutorial about making a sinking fund and amortization schedule.
And let's see how these two work. I am Errol Dave Elbacog, a second year BS Ed Math student.
And I am Roxel Joyce O. Mendoza, also a second year BS Ed Math student. Let's start!
Sinking funds accumulates, while amortization reduces a balance.
At the end of this video, you'll be able to know how to create an ordinary annuity sinking fund and amortization schedule using Excel. And also you'll understand how sinking fund and amortization works. Sinking fund is a savings plan where you make periodic deposits to reach a future target. Periodic payments are the regular amounts you add to the sinking fund. It can be monthly payments or quarterly payments. Interest are the return earned on the fund's balance, typically stated as an annual rate, often compounded multiple times per year. Also, the future value are the value of the sinking fund at the end of the term, after all deposits have been made and interest has been earned. So, sinking funds. In creating a sinking fund schedule, the very first thing we'll need to do is to understand the problem. So here in our problem, May deposits 6,540 pesos every 2 months. The bank offers 10.8% compounded bi-monthly to accumulate a fund. How much will the fund be in 2 years and 6 months? So here in our problem, 6,540 pesos is our PMT. And our nominal rate is 10.8%. Our conversion period, which is bi-monthly, so 6. And our term is 2 years and 6 months, equivalent to 2.5 years. So here, we're gonna input our PMT here, which is 6,540 pesos. And next, we're gonna solve for the rate. So the rate here is implying to the interest rate, wherein we're going to divide the nominal rate and our conversion period. So 0.108 divided by 6. So our interest rate is 0.18 or equivalent to 1.8%. And to solve for our NPER, we're going to multiply our term to our conversion period. So 2.5 times 6, because it's our conversion period. So 15. So what we're looking for in our problem is the future value. So we're gonna solve for the FV. So here in PV, we're gonna put 0 in it. Okay. So now let's solve for the FV. So the first thing we'll need to do is to put an equal sign. And next, we're looking for FV, so we're going to type FV. Next, we're going to put an open parenthesis. Then we're just gonna follow what is being asked here. This is the sequence of what's going to be inside the parenthesis. So first is the rate, then comma. Next is the NPER, comma. Next is the PMT. But here in PMT, we're going to put a negative sign. That is the rule. Next is, so since it is an ordinary simple annuity, we're going to put 0. So 0. Okay, so 0. Next, let's close it and enter. So here we have our future value. So 111,479 pesos is our future value. So after getting the future value, we're going to proceed here in making the sinking fund schedule. So, period. When you say period, it is the term or the month of the payment. So, first we're going to put 1. And the beginning balance, in making a sinking fund, the beginning balance, the very first beginning balance will always be 0. And our PMT here is, let's put an equal sign and select this PMT here. Right? We're right here in up. Okay. Next, so the interest also in the first column will always be 0. Next, in increase fund, what we're going to put here is our PMT also. So PMT and this one. And in our outstanding amount, we're going to put this PMT. So this PMT. Okay, so let's proceed to the second column. Okay, so the beginning balance here will be now this one. Let's put an equal sign, then select this column. So, we'll enter. And in our second PMT, we'll be putting an equal sign and select this one. But in this part, you're going to put a dollar sign before and after the letter. Okay, so let's put the dollar sign here, before and after. So that is next in our second interest. So in our interest will be the beginning balance. Okay, beginning balance multiplied by our rate. Which is this one. So let's select our rate. Next is the next thing we'll need to do is to put a dollar sign right and before the letter B. Okay, dollar sign. Next, so done. And here we have our increasing fund. In the increasing fund, we're going to put another equal sign and select our PMT here. Then let's add the interest. But this interest. So enter. Next, in our outstanding amount again, let's put an equal sign and put this beginning balance, then again addition and our increasing in fund. So here we have, so after finishing this part here, the second part, or the second column, let's highlight this. Let's highlight this and extend this until, okay, so here we have our, okay, so our end per is only 15, so let's end only at 15. Let's end at 15. So here, we are done with our sinking fund schedule. So that is how you make a sinking fund schedule.
So now, let's proceed to amortization schedule. But first, what is amortization? Amortization refers to repaying debt through equal installments that covers interest and principal. For the key concepts of amortization, here is present value. So the present value is the initial lump sum loan amount borrowed today or the principal debt. Next is the payment. The payment is the fixed equal cash amount paid regularly over the loan term. Next is the interest. The interest is the cost of borrowing money calculated on the remaining balance. Lastly, the periods. Periods are the total count of all scheduled payments until the debt is zero. So let's have an example of an amortization schedule. Here is our sample problem. Kushi, a lawyer, wants to start a firm. For 5 years, he decided to make quarterly payments of 5,137 pesos at the end of every 3 months to aid his financial state. If he thinks it will yield 15.6% compounded quarterly, what will be the value of the place he bought to start a firm that will result in the same future value? So here we already have our template for amortization schedule that we will be going to use as we solve the problem regarding the amortization schedule. So in your Excel, just type FV for the future value, then PV for the present value, N per is the period's rate, and then the PMT, which is the regular payment. So let's identify first the given and the problem. So FV, we don't have FV in the problem, so let's put 0. Next is the PV, so we don't have also the PV. Next is the N per, which is the period. 5 years multiplied by the number of conversion per year, which is quarterly, so equals 5 times 4, so there are 20 periods. Next is the rate. So the rate is the nominal rate divided by the number of conversion per year. So the nominal rate is 15.6% divided by quarterly payments, which is 4. So 0. Equals 0.15.6 divided by 4 is equals to 0.039. So that is the rate that we will be going to use. Next is the PMT, which is the regular payment. So the regular payment is 5,137 pesos. 5,137 pesos. So to compute for the present value, let's put equal sign, then PV, open parentheses, then click rate, comma, then click NPER, comma, then click PMT, comma again. But don't forget pala to put negative or minus in the PMT. Next is click the FV, the cell B1, then comma. Then let's decide if it is in the end of the period or beginning of the period. So in the problem, it is in the end of the period, so let's put 0. Then close parenthesis. Then enter. So that is our present value. Our amortization schedule table. First, let's put 1 in the period. Next is in the beginning balance, let's put equals, then top the present value, then enter. And for the PMT, or the regular payment, let's put equals, then top PMT, which is in the B5 cell. And for the interest, equal sign, the beginning balance multiplied by the rate. Next is for the principal. The principal is equals to the PMT minus the interest. Next, for the ending balance, so let's have equals beginning balance minus the principal amount. So to complete our table, let's proceed to the second row. Let's put 2. And for the beginning balance, let's copy the ending balance. So equals, top cell F9, then enter. Then for the PMT, let's copy the PMT for on the row 1. So equals, top PMT, the cell C9, then put the formula a dollar sign first before C, then after C or before 9. Then enter. So for the interest, let's have the new beginning balance equals the new beginning balance multiplied by the rate. But to fully create our amortization schedule table, let's put dollar sign before the B and after the B, or before the 4. Then enter. So next, for the principal, we will be subtracting the PMT, because the PMT sa atong new interest minus the new interest, then enter. Next, for the ending balance, so it is equals to the new beginning balance minus the new principal. So to complete the table, let's highlight the second column in our amortization schedule. So let's highlight. Then after, drag down. So since we have 20 periods, so let's drag it until 20. And
So for the summary, sinking fund is an essential tool for individuals who does regular deposits. They use this to track their payments wherein they have a financial goal. On the other hand, amortization schedule is used to track their loan payments, indicating how each payment is divided between the interest and principal. These two are valuable medium for financial planning, tracking payments, and creating forecasts. Everyone, we are encouraging you all to practice and explore your Excel for you to know how to solve and make your life easier and faster when it comes to making a financial plan.